Hello friends and welcome to my new video. Today's video is a jazz update and I'm going to show the records I bought in the last, I would say 1 month and a half. And the first record I found at my local electronics store, Coltrane joins the Red Garland trio, and as you can see it's on Prestige. It's analog productions pressing, pressed on the quality record press. And the story behind this record is my local electronics store had a thing that they gave 20% on CDs and also on vinyl, and the actual price was 33 euro and I got it for 27. And yeah, it's a great album. I love the cover art, especially this red, black and white looks so good, and it's limited, I think, to 1000 copies. Here's the limitation. And what I really like about this pressing is that they even reproduced the deep groove. I hope you can see that on the video, but that's very cool. They reproduced the deep groove, the original Prestige label, it's on 200 gram vinyl, and I mean, all of their pressings are just stunning. This one sounds so good. It's a reference recording and it's enjoyable from start to finish. Alright, the next record was, I bought this at eBay Japan. It's Pharoah Sanders, Jewel of Thoughts. And yeah, that's spiritual free jazz, of course, and it's an Impulse original. And I was so happy to find that on eBay because this kind of music or this original Impulse albums are impossible to find in Germany. And the store on eBay Japan had 50% off. So with shipping and taxes I paid 19 euro and 50 cents. The original inner sleeve is also included, but I mean it's in near mint condition. It couldn't be in any better shape. I hope you can see that. The vinyl, the gatefold, the cover, and this album just blows my mind. I want to give a shout out to David Belson, because I think in one of his last videos he showed Karma, and then I actually always had my problems with Pharoah Sanders, but in this case I listened to the tracks online and I got deep into them, and now this is one of, I don't know, I just played it 4, 5 or 6 times since I got it, and it's such a great album. Big recommendation. And yeah, original Impulse pressing, this is so good. This is one of my personal highlights of the year already, and I'm so happy that I got a copy. The next one is Sonny Rollins, Tour de Force, and I bought this one in my local record store, and it's a German OJC pressing. Also released on Prestige, of course, and it was released in 1958. And what I really like about this album, the first song is so powerful and energetic, and the flip side, the first track on the B-side is together with a singer, and it's very deep and modal jazz. So there's a lot of different stuff going on this album, and if you don't know it, I recommend to give it a listen. It's very good. And I bought another German OJC pressing, John Coltrane again, Black Pearls, also on Prestige from his Prestige phase, and yeah, that's a solid album. And my local record store had a lot of sealed, this was sealed actually, sealed OJC pressings, German OJC pressings, and this was 10 euro. So that's a great addition to my Coltrane collection. I still miss a lot, but yeah, you have to start somewhere. Got this one from eBay Japan. This one is called Vibrations by the Three Sounds. It's a Japanese pressing. I put the obi on the back cover. And what's interesting about this album, it's one of the latest Blue Note releases, and there are only 3 pressings: the original mono, the original stereo, and this Japanese reissue from the mid-90s. And it's very rare actually, and the Three Sounds are an important piece of Blue Note because they did a lot of albums, especially in the early time. And yeah, that's very good album. I really like it. And I ordered this together with the Pharoah Sanders. The next ones are some flea market finds here from my town. Herbie Hancock, Man-Child. Great cover art, a great album. I love Herbie Hancock. He's one of my favorite musicians in general, and I still miss this one. And it was €1. I mean, that's very good actually. And the next one was also €1, and it's Miles Davis, Sketches of Spain. It's an early 80s pressing, Dutch pressing on the Columbia, on the yellow-red CBS label, and I never saw it with this cover before. And to my mind, if it comes to Sketches of Spain, it's very important that you have a clean pressing, because it has so many silent moments and it's just enjoyable when the record is in near mint condition. And yeah, Sketches of Spain, Miles Davis. I also found this one on the flea market for €1. That's incredible. Bitches Brew. And this one is also, you can see it, it's also on the red yellow CBS label, so it's a reissue, but never mind. The records are in fantastic shape, and the cover too. And I mean, for €1 I had to get it. And this is my second copy. I already have a Japanese pressing, so the other one might be one prize for my upcoming contest. The next record was a present by a friend. It's the Record Store Day Blue Note release, and this record is the first release on Blue Note ever. Blue Note #1. Yeah, it's the American pressing from the Record Store Day, and yeah, of course it's made in 1939, because Blue Note always says finest jazz since 1939. And yeah, take a look at the sticker. Yes. And what's interesting about this one is that the sound quality is so good. I don't know how they did that, if they recorded the 78 or if they found a master copy somewhere, but it sounds very good for, I mean, it's so old, you know what I mean? The next one I also bought at my local record store. It's on ECM. I think this is one of the biggest classics on ECM. I still missed it. It's Chick Corea, Return Forever, German pressing. Solid album, no words needed. The next one is called Youn Sun Na, Same Girl, and yeah, that's modern jazz. She's originally from Korea but lives in France, and yeah, it's hard to put that in words what kind of music she makes. It's vocal jazz on the German ACT jazz label, and I highly recommend to take a listen to her cover version of Metallica's Enter Sandman. There's a version on this album, and it's just fantastic. And also the other tracks, I highly recommend it. I think the record was released in 2007 or something like that, but they just made a vinyl version. And my last finds for today are in the blues, or in the blues rock. And I also bought this one at a flea market, Muddy Waters, Hard Again. And I also bought a compilation by John Lee Hooker. And actually the Star collections, they do sound very good. For a sampler, they sound very good. It was also €1, and I just had to get it. And the last record for today is blues rock, Stevie Ray Vaughan, Couldn't Stand the Weather. Yeah, very important blues rock if you ask me. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed my update, and feel free to subscribe to my channel, feel free to leave a comment or send me a message. I appreciate it. VC good, see you next time, and bye bye.